Hello, all. I know many of you watching this that are authors or aspiring authors or in the process. I'm sure you see a ton of videos of people telling you or implying, okay, you got to do things this certain way or this certain way. They don't ever really give you practical things, and especially for those of you that work or have families, a lot of what they sometimes tell you leaves a lot of things either up in the air or it comes off condescending. That's not what I'm going to give you. So today I'm going to give you some practical tools. I'm a therapist, so therapists don't give recommendations. This is just food for thought. The value of stopping or stoppage time, stopping time, however you want to put it. So whenever you're working on your manuscript, there's value in, there's different approaches. Some people might do, I'm going to do a certain number of words a day, or I'm going to do a certain number of words a week, which is a quantitative approach. And it's designed to be very efficient with your time and kind of move your document forward. But if you're like me and you're doing fantasy novels, I do 100,000 plus words, like 2,000. Yes, it's going to move the needle forward, but I also need to be cautious of the quality of what I'm writing down. Now, with the first manuscript, it doesn't need to be perfect. However, there are certain sections of your book where, yes, maybe you could do 2,000 words a day, but this section, you maybe want to be a little more surgical. So there's a section I'm doing right now in book 3 where, sure, I could probably plow through and knock it out and get to the end of this book, but I want these next sections to be done surgically. So for me, even though they're probably a couple paragraphs, is it? But I want them to be as pristine as they can. Now, there's other sections of my book where I could just write and write and write. But this is one where, because here's the thing, is if I just plow through, when I come back and do my edit or do another manuscript version, I may be like, what was the tone I was trying to get? What was the purpose? What was I trying to extrapolate out of this? And then so in trying to adjust, because I don't remember, or maybe I loosely remember, I may actually turn that section into a lesser quality. I may even take it in another direction, which sometimes that's a good thing. But if I already really know the tone, because right now, at least this section where I am in my book, the tone of this sets the tone of the rest of the book, but also has implications in book 4. So even though this is my first manuscript, it actually has implications. If I do this wrong, it affects book 4 and other parts of the series. Somewhat spoiler alert, but it's something like only the super nerds in my series would notice. But I try my best to accommodate them. So that's something to think about, is your stopping time. Is I can be pressured to hit a certain number of words, which sometimes that's a good thing, but also be cognizant of certain sections of your book. Even in the first manuscript, you may want to consider a qualitative, surgical approach of like, okay, I did 1,500 words, now I'm at that section. But if I don't have the brain capacity or time, I might need to stop there and then start fresh, where you can really sink your teeth into that particular section. I hope that helps. God bless.